Hello everybody, my name is Zelda, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And with this video, this Let's Play is now officially the longest Let's Play on my entire channel. It is awesome! And today, we're going to be talking to Headmaster Gabor so that we can begin our search for the Triforce.
Hey!
Ah, hello Lady Gear. Have you heard anything about my daughter? What is it? If you know anything at all, I urge you to share it with me. You want to tell me, but you can't. I understand. I'm sure you have good reasons for keeping quiet. That is a good question. Why is Link always quiet? Lady Gear, I've been doing some thinking since we last spoke. You've had this destiny thrust upon you without warning, or choice for that matter, but I've wished to help you as best as I can. I'm going to make my eyebrows super pointy so that you can use it as a weapon. I mean, I'm getting older and I can't do stuff. I wish to share as much of my knowledge with you as I can. For instance, when you're combing your eyebrows, you have to really be careful because if you brush them too hard, you take out your entire eyebrow and that does not look classy. What am I saying? Lady Gear, where did you hear that word? I didn't say anything. It's true that the ancient texts make several mentions of the Triforce within their pages. Unfortunately, the actual location of the Triforce isn't illuminated in any of those tomes. Its whereabouts are lost in history. Sorry, Lady Gear, it seems me to say it, but my knowledge is of little use of this subject. Goodbye, useless ambassador. Lady Gear, just a moment. Yay, you're not useless. Though there's one whose vast knowledge may be of use, and his name is Batman. No, he's not. Surely you're familiar with Levias, the great sky spirit who has guarded our realm for ages. Levias has served as a protector of our skies for a long time, and his knowledge of our world is encyclopedic. To put it mildly. If anyone in the entirety of Scotland and beyond know where the Triforce is, where the Triforce, it would be him. What does encyclopedic mean? Or as Ted Mosby would say on How I Met Your Mother, encyclopedic. Yeah, his knowledge is almost limitless, but I fear meeting him may be harder than you anticipate. I imagine in your travels that you've taken notice of the tremendous thunderhead that suddenly appeared in our skies. Recently, I've heard rumors suggesting that Levias is trapped inside a massive cloud. I asked Instructor Owlwell to look into this troubling cloud in order to determine if there is any truth to these rumors. I had meant to inquire about his findings earlier, but completely forgot about it after Zelda went missing. Instructor Owlwell can fill you in on the details later, so why don't you go speak with him yourself and see what his investigations have revealed. So, let's go talk to that dude. Yeah! Isn't that exciting? We're going to talk to like 1 million people in this video. That's kind of exciting. Luckily his room is right next door, so it's not like it's a really big deal. Ah, Lady Gear, how goes the search for Zelda? Have you found her yet? What? Levias? Ah, so you've been talking to the headmaster, I take it. If I'm correct, Levias is the one inside the Thunderhead, but that's not the Levias we all know. That's a monster! It certainly looks like a Levias, but last time I approached him, he came rushing at me. I just hiccuped in the middle of a video, how embarrassing. People change, or old wizened creatures change, rather. Perhaps it's more than that. He was possessed by something, that's how it felt to me. What? You want to talk to Levias? That's impossible! I don't think Levias is capable of listening, not in his current state, no. And even if you were to get close enough to talk to him, it will likely end with you getting brushed aside and sent flying to your death in a sea of clouds. What? You still planning on going? I see, it's because you need to find Zelda. I understand. I get the feeling nothing I could say would talk you out of it. Hey, I have an idea. Come with me!
Hey!
Demise is inside the Thunderhead. He's been acting so strangely, like something has possessed him. If we can somehow free him from whatever it is that holds him over, there's a chance he will return to his senses. Listen well, Lady Geardew, because I'm about to teach you a very powerful bird riding technique. It's called the Spiral Charge. Using the Spiral Charge, you can rid Demise of the blight that has held him over. The technique is quite easy to perform. All you have to do is press A. However, the acceleration effect lasts longer than any attack move you reviewed so far. Maintaining stable flight can be tricky. This is a technique that only Senior Knight Academy students who have mastered high-level flight skills are allowed to perform. It's still a bit too early for you, but this is extraordinary circumstance, so I'll make an exception this time. However, I will test you. First, dive off this platform and call your bird. We lived a full life! Listen up.
Hey, listen!
I target Loftman to perform a Spiral Charge when you press A. Press L to Spiral Charge and break the 10 targets placed around the floating boulders up ahead. If you can destroy 10 targets in under 120 seconds, I will recognize you as a skilled bird rider. Alright, off you go! So, a quick post-commentary note. First of all, I'm speeding up this area because it can take a little while to do, but something I want to point out is that I was affected by the Let's Play curse by doing this. I normally have no trouble with this area, like, at all, and during practicing, I was able to complete it on my first try. It took 20 minutes to do this while recording. So the final video ended up being like the entirety of the previous video, which I had split into 2 parts because I couldn't fly the stupid bird. Whatever. What you have to do is that you have to knock around the bird. What you need to do is that you need to use a bird to destroy the targets. Contrary to what the instructor says, your speed does not really increase that much based on the attack, but it does make you go faster, and it can make your flying a little difficult. It does not make you go any faster, so I'm still going to complain about the Loftwing being too slow. The next thing we have to address is just how to go about finding Levias. Maybe the owner of the Lumpy Pumpkin might know something. Every year he makes an offering to his pumpkin soup for Levias. Go to the Lumpy Pumpkin and ask him what he knows. Fly! Yay, we're in the Lumpy Pumpkin! Isn't this place exciting? A new Sandalair! It's a new Sandalair and it looks breakable! We must break it! We must break it! What, are you telling me you moved to Gravestone? What? I already said this! Probably not on camera, but I already asked you about this, dude. Tell me something interesting. Whatever. By the way, you cannot break the Sandalair. They apparently learned from before and know that people are going to break Sandalairs. So I'm gonna let you guys know right now that you cannot break the Sandalair as many tries as you want, as much as you want. You cannot break it, which is lame because breaking Sandalairs is fun in video games, not in real life, but in video games. Levias? What about him? Sir, I know Levias well, but I wasn't aware of anything wrong. Every year I offer him an entire basin full of pumpkin soup. Lately, a huge thunderhead has been brewing there, and you had to make this year's offering. I tell you, I feel horrible about it. No wonder he's angry. He did not get his pumpkin soup. I'm sure Around the holiday time, if I did not go through the holiday without eggnog, I know I would turn into a hideous, soul-crushing monster. You wait right here. I'm getting inspired to fire up some soup like I've never souped before! Voila! Here it is. I've been cooking this stuff for well over 10 years, and I have to say this is the best batch of pumpkin soup I've ever created. Master, I will signal for the robot. Miss Vi, I'm here. Psst. Oh, this is another heavy load. But don't worry, can carry anything. I'll be waiting outside. I can take you wherever you need it to go as soon as you're ready. The place where I offer soup to Demise is into the Thunderhead Cloud on an island with a massive rainbow. Aw, rainbows are so pretty! On the topic of rainbows, something very interesting that I've read about a couple weeks back was that, you guys are probably well aware of this, but a couple of weeks ago, the president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, tragically passed away. Like the following day or whatever, on Nintendo's Facebook page, they shared a picture of a rainbow casting over the Nintendo headquarters, which I found really interesting because I believe in Japanese mythology, rainbows are associated with death or whatever. So it was very interesting to see that a rainbow appeared at Nintendo's headquarters the day after their president passed away. I'm unloading the cargo of pumpkin soup. You picked an odd place for the soup delivery. Feels dangerous. Something could jump out at us at any moment. Hungry for soup. Oh, robot! I'm out of here. See you around. Zzzt. So, without further ado, let's call our bird and prepare to face the Windfizz! It's the Windfizz! Yay! That was my first thought when I was playing this game. As you guys may or may not know, my favorite Zelda game ever is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. That game is awesome. But the thing is, when I first saw this guy, I swore this was the Windfizz. Because he kind of looks a lot like him. He's a flying whale, and he looks awesome, stuff like that. And he's kind of like a godlike figure. The thing is, I'm not the only one who feels this way. There are actually theories that the Windfizz is either a distant ancestor to Levias, is either the same person, or is at least an incarnation of Levias. So I find it really cool that, even though it probably wasn't intentional, that they made a reference to Link's Awakening, which I find really awesome because, like I said, Link's Awakening is my favorite game is my favorite Zelda game, and for a while, that was actually my favorite video game ever, until I started playing Earthbound and realized just how much I love that game. Majora's Mask is a very close second. I love that game to bits. But the reason why I say Link's Awakening is my all-time favorite, it's actually for two reasons. One, I've played that game longer, so I have a bit more of a nostalgia feeling for the game. And also, Tingle is in Majora's Mask, which completely ruins everything because I hate Tingle. I cannot stand Tingle at all. He is my worst enemy. He is the figment of my nightmares and the root of everything wrong in the world. And on that note, there's one more eyeball that we have to destroy, so let's destroy it! And a monster has appeared from the wind fist. I guess you could say this is a nightmare. Oh, stupid, I know. Don't tell me in the comments that I'm stupid. It can be a little tricky to get on top of the cell if you don't have very good aim. But if you have skills like me, then you should be fine, because we are going to be facing a boss fight. And his name is... Balosite, or Balokite, or something. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But this is a pretty interesting boss fight. It's actually one of my more favorites in the game. So what we need to do is that we need to swing the sword at the little ear fin things on his head. After those two are destroyed, his eyeball will appear wider, and then you need to do a slash it at an angle so that it'll hit his eyeball. Then you need to attack his eyeball. Depending on which way you swing your sword, will change the way that the ball would be sent flying. If you swing your sword left, it's going to go left. If you swing it right, it's going to go right. Be careful, however, because if you swing your sword diagonally, then your ball will go off in a diagonal angle, and this can make things more complicated because in the later stages of the fight, it's going to kind of ricochet off the wind fist or whatever. It won't hit you. Well, actually, I don't think it does ricochet off the wind fist, but it will kind of go off and kind of go away. Like I saw right there, it kind of landed right onto the wind fist itself without really doing anything. So you want to be careful with that. What you can also do is that you can use your sealed bass to send the eyeball, to send it back at the eyeball as well. This requires perfect timing, because if you don't do it right when the ball is about to hit Link, then it's going to make things more complicated, and it's going to just break rather than actually do anything. So it just really depends on your strategy. I don't think that the bow and arrow will really be helpful in this battle. They probably are. But you can also use your Skyward Strike. To attack his eyeball as well, and that will damage him. It just knocks him out in one hit. To just attack with the sword. During the third phase of the battle, he's kind of going to be going off to the side to avoid the ball. You kind of have to predict this, because you kind of have to predict which way he's going to go, because there isn't really a clear sign as to which way he's going to go. You may have also noticed that during this phase of the fight, you have to attack him with multiple balls to get him to go away. Unlike the previous phases where after the ball hit his eyeball, after the ball hit his eyeball, he would immediately go down. But now we have to attack with multiple eyeballs, and then he fell, and he's destroyed. We destroyed the parasite red worm thing of explosions and death. That's the official name, the parasite red worm thing of explosive deaths. Tell me, boy, was it you who brought me this most delectable cauldron of pumpkin soup? I must apologize for my earlier behavior. I was peculiar and irksome pest possessed me. I was not myself. But that business now is done with now. The delicious aroma of that soup has restored me to my senses. I am the great spirit called Elias. Before she passed from this world so long ago, the goddess Hylia appointed me as warden of the skies. And what do they call you, boy? Dedicated to you, is it? A rather pleasing name that your parents clearly have excellent taste in names. You carry a curious sword, boy. I sense a sign of power dwelling somewhere in that little frame. Oh, I see it now, dear you. You are the god's chosen hero. How interesting. I seem to have come to hear what I know of the Triforce. Do I know? You do realize you are speaking to a great sky spirit, do you not? Bah! No matter. As I suspect. Listen closely and I will tell you. As you likely know, long ago, an evil force attempted to take the Triforce for his own. The gods did everything in their power to prevent it from falling into his hands. For the safety of all things, he hid the Triforce somewhere within the rock you call Skyward. However, its location has been kept secret. Even I do not know where it rests now. Oh, but the gods did trust me with a hint at the Triforce's location. The clue is a song meant to be played on the harp you hold. It is known as the Song of the Hero. The song is the key to revealing the secret location of the Triforce. The god's spirit split the song into 4 parts. You seem entrusted one of them to me and the other 3 to the dragons of the land. We have gathered each of the parts of the Song of the Hero. Seek out the dragons and convince them to teach you their parts. When they've taught you what you know, come to me and I will complete the song with my own voice. The dragons can be found in Barren Woods, on the volcano, and on Ivory Desert. Go on then, find the dragons you now seek. So, now we're going to be going to conquer the Song of the Hero. You guys may have known that a couple of weeks back, I uploaded a video asking you guys your which order I should complete the Song of the Hero in. And based on your guys' votes, the results are for me to go to the Barren Woods first, then the Elden Volcano, and then the Lanairu Desert. There is a glitch associated with the Song of the Hero that can possibly prevent you from completing it. I will be going over this when we go take care of the Lanairu Desert area. So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and until next time, new gear to you. Oh yeah!
System.